How we doing? It's Kazy, or Kaz again from Property by Kazy, back at another development. So this one is on Graces Road in Camberwell. I really like this area, Southeast London. It's the home to a lot of my developments. I like to focus on areas that I know the value's on, I know that my contractors can get here quickly and we can get cracking straight away. So background on this one was bought at auction. I believe it was bought Alsops in June 2020 and we completed in July of 2020. 6 weeks turnaround to get the works done. The reason this property was bought was we identified that there was a scope to add value. Really nice 1-bedroom, ground floor or lower ground property, access to a private garden, and at the right price, at the right time, right market. Let me take you inside and show you what we've done. Okay, come on, let's go. So, Camberwell has really changed over the years, particularly since, I've grown up. As an area, it's really shot up in value. So the good part of that is we can now really go a lot further on the finish. So if you notice, we've used hardwood flooring throughout the property, for that high-end standard. Again, we've gone for the matte grey radiators, the vertical rads. They're a really good space saver to use throughout the property as well. Okay, so as we start in the living room, you'll notice we've used a hardwood flooring for the floors. The radiators are all vertical rads. Position here is a really nice space saver. It means that you can get the best use out of the room, particularly in a 1-bedroom flat. It's really key to have people being able to maximize their space and envisage how they would actually live here, which is one of the reasons why the property has also been fully furnished and saged ahead of sales. We've gone for the sash windows, which means it's in keeping with the local area and it matches the rest of the building as well. Again, same with the bedroom, fully furnished just so people can see how the space would work. You have this really nice big double glazed window that leads out, onto the garden, so you can get a snapshot of what your garden looks like throughout summer. Loads of natural light, which is great for a lower ground floor flat. Little details, which I really think help sell properties, are just functionality. So we always put a channel from the top to the bottom, which means once a TV's mounted, you're not going to see any of those annoying wires, and people are really going to get that high-end finish even when they've got their own furniture in. And yeah, let's go through to the kitchen. Okay, now onto the kitchen. So for me, kitchens and bathrooms are what really help to sell properties, particularly smaller 1-bedroom flats like this. Now, going that little bit further on the kitchens, I think is what is going to really help them sell quickly. So little details like this, pull-out units that help for space saving. We went for a 2-tone kitchen with the stone effect at the top and the graphite grey at the bottom. Also a quartz worktop with high-end taps. Again, in terms of appliances, because of the area, managed to go for AEG, Nerf, AEG, loads of integrated appliances as well. So you've got your fridge, freezer, along with your dishwasher. And again, just little details like having the pull-out bin, just means that you save that extra bit of space in the kitchen, and pull-out units throughout the property. Again, like I said, with the handleless units as well. Another thing that's key for me is thinking about your target audience. So when refurbishing this bathroom, we decided to go for a walk-in shower. Again, showers have become a lot more popular, and it was, a coin flip between should we go for a more conventional bathroom versus the shower. But I really feel the design and aesthetics are gonna, really what attract people to this. And the idea of a walk-in shower, a lot more functional, really bright and airy, and have gone for, again, the black matte finish with the epoxy tiles. That, overall really happy with the finish of this. Okay, welcome to my favorite part of this refurbishment, which is the garden. Post-lockdown, I feel like, the value of outside space has become unparalleled. Which is why we justified spending that little bit more money on the refurbishment of this garden. We went for the horizontal panel fencing, built up a nice pergola, and then went for a low maintenance slates on the floors. That means that hopefully the garden should be attractive to both either a buy-to-let investor or an owner-occupier. Also tried to just showcase some greenery to show what it can look like as a finished product, but it really gives the potential for the potential buyer to really make this space their own. So lastly, one thing I thought I'd do while I'm here is give out some of my hints and tips when refurbishing a 1-bedroom property. So 3 things that I think are key are know your market, know your buyer, and also maximize space. Now, what I mean by that is, firstly, know your market. Work out what your end values are going to be, and then base back what you can spend on the refurb based on those numbers. So for example, there's no point spending £80 per square meter on flooring when you're not going to receive a return on that on your end values. Secondly is know your buyer. A good example is the choice between the bathroom or a shower room. I personally went for a shower room as thinking about who's going to buy this flat. It's going to be attractive to first-time buyer. That potentially means, you know, young professionals, where I think the shower is just going to be more attractive to them in what they would use in sort of their everyday life. Third thing is maximize space. So small details like using the designer radiators, like using this space in the corridor as an extension as an office, and also using the integrated appliances like the microwave. That means you have a lot more countertop space, particularly for a 1-bedroom flat. Really helps to add value to the property as it becomes more functional and more attractive when they're comparing it to other properties on the market. So, I mean, those are my tips. I hope you've enjoyed the video, you've enjoyed the refurb. You can see the difference between the before and afterwards, and make sure, you know, you're following the Property by Kazy page for all of our latest updates.